Hello and welcome and good morning and welcome to your summer solstice reading. Oh, let me just let me just move that out of the way. I am just returning from a trip. Oh my god. And I've just taken my hair down and I'm chopping it off. I'm threatening. I'm chopping it off. No, I'm joking. So before I start anything, everything that happens in the reading is for the reading. If you've been coming to my page, you know this about my readings. And at the moment, I am literally just unpacking all of my cards, my tools, to come home, because I took quite a lot of different cards to an event that I worked at in Devon, which was amazing. And these beautiful beings, honestly, I cannot stress watching them in action, watching how beautifully aligned they are, and watching what comes up for the different people is just like, forget it. It's so cool. So I chose the oracles, like shuffled, messed up, picked for the individuals before they even sat down, and they picked their seats, still the right cards for them. Tell me how that works. 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 And that is what is coming in this message. The I feel like I've got massive 80s hair. It's all there. It's all there. The universe, what we decide, the life that we want to live, everything. It's all decided. And we just have to choose the right space to sit down. We just have to choose it. We just have to choose the life that we originally ordered. Cryptic for a first thing on a Monday morning, I know, but that's the way we roll around here, obviously. So the energy is unpacking. We are unpacking. We are setting our stool out. We are coming back to some sort of stability, let's say. Something that feels familiar. And we're setting things out slightly differently. Things are changing. Things are not going back in the right order. It's just happening. Okay, it's just happening. It's just a natural undressing, and we're just spare deck. I'm not using those ones. And we're deciding what we want to keep and what we don't want to keep. And there's some new stuff in the house, and there's some, some stuff that we don't want to use. So it's just a case of deciding. So before I even start, I'm just going to clear the energy. There may be residue from my past readings and the energy of where I've been, because obviously I keep my space open. I keep my card table open. I don't know whether other readers do that. But obviously when I take my cards and they've been in other people's energy and all that kind of stuff, I do like to just cleanse and clear, just to make sure that I'm giving you a nice, clear message. So I do hope that you are all well out there. I hope that the solstice was a gorgeous thing for you. And if you manage to see the sunrise, then wow. I hope that you managed to. I hope you had an opportunity to call in something wonderful for the next part of your life. And also let the sun set on some things that you want to let go. Let's have a look at this. So we'll give you a cleanse out there. Cleanse me. So we're going to start as usual. I can't even speak. It's going to be a good reading, isn't it? Can't even speak. We're going to start with the usual, the AEIOU Oracle deck. And then we are going to get into a reading regarding Inception, because I've spoken about it really briefly in the readings leading up to, but the sense of Inception is stronger and stronger. And last night I was having the most bizarre dreams, and it just reminded me of the film Inception. So if you haven't watched the film, go watch it. It's really, really interesting in regards to how the psyche works, how ideas and concepts, I use the word concepts in a raised eyebrow, that can change the way that we act, change the way that we live our lives. And people, media, parents, whatever that is for you, we're constantly being given ideas about how we should act and, who we should be and all that kind of thing. And this reading will hopefully give you some understanding as to what kind of ideas have been put into your psyche and how you act from them. So the mountain is here to start the reading, which means that you've closed a cycle. You have climbed the mountain. I'm hearing that climb the mountain and a turn around. That one? What's the name? Fleetwood Mac. Why can't I remember a name? Climb the mountain and a turn around. Oh, these don't want to come out. There you go. You don't want to come out to play today. I just had to turn around my deck to get them out. Did you hear the words? Climb the mountain and I turned around. Yeah, it's all there. It's all there. Watch, watch, watch. When you are engaged in a reading, honestly, take everything in. Take everything in, because it does mean something. It is communication. The reading that we did at the weekend in a group setting, my God, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable, the stuff that was coming through. So the mountain. So the mountain is a state of stability. This is, what am I getting from that? A lot of masculine energy. This is reaching a goal. This is reaching a goal personally. Maybe this is in your business. Maybe this is the thing that I'm getting more strongly than anything is you're in a place now where you thought that you would never be. That's what I'm getting. Like, you have reached, you're living a life that maybe once was just an aspiration, and you are a person that you maybe once thought was impossible. Okay, But I feel for quite a lot of you, you're not actually seeing that at the moment. You're not seeing this clearly. Okay. So with the Four of Cups, there could be a feeling of like a missed opportunity. Something hasn't quite like dropped in yet for you. Where you are and where you think you are is two completely different things. And this is the idea of the Inception, because with the Mountain card, it's actually saying don't get frozen at the top. There is still room for growth. There's still room for movement. There's still more to go. It doesn't end. Energy doesn't end. It's not like in our society, we are driven by goal orientated tasks, i.e., when I'm married, then, 111. When I'm married, everything will be okay. Like that's solid. When I get this certain type of job and I've got this certain type of money, then it stops. There's like this goal orientated existence where we have to strive for this thing. Once we've got it like we're done with that now, and then we move on to something else. And it's the Seven of Wands has come out, and I feel like this is you having to sort of maybe defend your, like, look on the card, can you see the mountains behind as well? Maybe like defend your actions, or there's something that you feel quite defensive in regards to, maybe why you acted in a certain way, or maybe from even moving forward or from seeing things differently. There's a sort of, but I feel like it's this missed opportunity that's lingering. My throat chakra is completely shutting down. Excuse me. So there could be this feeling of like missed opportunity, and I'm getting maybe something that wasn't said. And now there's a defensive sort of closing down of the energy. So we got the World in reverse. And if you watch The Fifth Element, this is, I think, is it Lilu? I want to say Lilu. It's such a good film. Honestly, such a good film. The Fifth Element is love. Okay. So we've got this in reverse. So this could be for you a missed opportunity in love. We've got the Five of Swords now. Okay. So maybe you didn't act in the way that you see in the mountains again. Tell me more about the Five of Swords. It's a very, right, there's loads here. Okay, so we've got the High Priestess, which is the bride from Beetlejuice. We've got Justice, which is, go on, what's his name? From Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Oh, what's his name? Clint Eastwood. My brain just went. And the Hermit. Okay, so that's all Arcana energy. So I'm asking what happened with the Five of Swords. This intuitively, you knew what you should have done. You got pushed. You knew. You knew that this was, I mean, we've got the bride on here. This was your match. This was your, um, this was for you. Whatever this thing is, I'm not going to even put like a person, place, or things on this because it will be different for every single one of you. You knew that this was for you. And you knew that this was your justice. You knew that this was balancing you out. You knew that this was yours. You knew that it was, I'm just seeing the pillars again, like, and I'm getting balance, and I'm getting the other half, the thing that fit. And instead of going after it, you hermited. You shied away. That's what I'm getting from this, is you shied away and you didn't act. This Five of Swords is, it was like you were blowing hot and cold. You weren't giving it the fullness, right? But what I am seeing very clearly with 3 Arcana cards is that this was actually part of the process. Either you weren't ready, okay? You weren't in a place to accept, to move on, to articulate yourself. It's definitely about sharing something from here. It's definitely to do with the throat chakra because it's completely closed down as soon as I started talking about that Five of Swords. Something that you wanted to say, should have said, your thoughts and the thing that came out of your mouth was not the same thing. That's what I'm getting from that. Not the same thing. It's like you were cross-referencing something and coming up with the wrong thing. And I'm just want to show you the mountains again behind. You have been on a quest. Yeah? You have been on a quest. There was work to do in regards to accepting this fifth element, this love, this I'm hearing like outly worldly, you know, like something that you hadn't had in your world before, like it didn't fit before. So we've got the Tower, which is actually Samuel Jackson from Pulp Fiction, which is hilarious. So instead of what they're giving me from this is you're not sabotaging anymore. So the Tower for you would be, usually you would sabotage something, like when love came in, when something really good came into your world, it would be like, I can't fit with that. It doesn't work. I've got to sabotage it. Something has to happen. If you know the character from Pulp Fiction, he literally like destroys everything. He's just like, yeah, there's a lot of killing from Samuel Jackson. He's definitely like a explosive dude. So that for me is where you were before. Where you were before was this, maybe you had like a temper, maybe you were in the saboteur kind of energy, maybe you I'm hearing like volatile. It's all coming from here, like a volatile energy. There's definitely like an anger behind it, something like that. But the Knight of Cups, I'm thinking this is Zorro. I'm pretty open to people saying something different though, because I got the Matrix card wrong and it was Tom Cruise. But so the Knight of Cups in reverse is also saying there wasn't romance there. And I'm being drawn to this defensive energy, defensive of your heart. maybe there was a feeling that you couldn't be loved, that wanted to turn over. Okay, so the Eight of Wands is coming out. Slow communication, slow to communicate, holding back, withdrawing from communication. I'm hearing silent treatment. Guarding your heart is definitely where I'm going with all of this, and not having the strength to contain. So if you know that's Sigourney Weaver from Alien movies, and if you know the film, you know that she's a complete fucking badass, and she literally takes on all the aliens and wins. But this is in the reverse, okay? So all these cards coming from this defensive energy is I don't know how to do this. That's what I'm feeling like. The main storyline for this reading is I don't know how to do like love. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to speak it. I don't know how to hold it. I don't know. I just don't know. That's what I'm hearing. I don't even know where to put these cards. We'll put them down there. I'm just going to get one of these storyteller cards in, because there just needs to be a flip of energy, because I feel like I'm going into your tenor. I said I wanted a flip of energy. That's exactly what I got. Like 10, it's done. It's 10, it's done. And I'm going to read that one because there's something in there in regards to the story. So we've got the 10 of Scepters. Please bear with me while I actually find the card. Honestly, my throat is really shutting down. So this is Orion. As both a lover and a fighter, Orion endlessly clashed with beasts of all kinds, monsters, creatures, and lust. As a son of Poseidon, he was gifted with the ability to walk on water. On a remote island where his reputation did not precede him, his affections were not returned by the princess Merope, despite his handsome and charming nature. The king blinded Orion as he continued pursuing Merope, and cast him out as a punishment. Helios restored his eyesight when he travelled far enough away to no longer bother her. Vision restored and adequately chastised for his behaviour, he returned his energy to the hunt. The more success he met, the larger his ego grew, and he proclaimed he would kill every animal in the world. He met his end, however, during the fight against Scorpius, and both were placed in the night sky, far from each other so as to prevent them from clashing again. Okay, so in the reversed, yeah, why does it's not coming out right? Like something here is in a tangle for you. So reversed is overburdened, unnecessary worry, and avoiding responsibility. Okay. So when reversed, this card reminds you that shirking your responsibilities or pawning them off on others is no way to deal with your problems, even if you've taken on too much to handle right now. On the other hand, you may be dealing with issues that you cannot possibly solve because they do not belong to you. Yet you've decided to burden yourself with them anyway. You might be growing ever worried that this period of stress and exhaustion may never end, but rest assured that the worst is almost over, and you will soon find your work will start to pay off again. So I feel like this is closing the cycle of taking everybody else's ideas, opinions, like whatever has been put onto your heart in regards to what love looks like, how you should conduct your life. Like it's a feeling for me of maybe like you watched your parents I'm hearing the word like dismantle a relationship, or there was a type of love that you saw in your life that didn't fit with your aspirations. There's a really big difference between what you have seen in the outer world in regards to love and the love that you believe in your heart to be true. Those two things are different. And I feel like this inception, this idea that you have now created is based on the love that you have seen from your parents, maybe in your family, from your community. And you basically are like, you have resigned yourself to thinking that that is the only love that is available. And I feel like there is I don't feel like you have been showing up for yourself in a way that you would receive the kind of love that you think is possible. Like, the film that came to mind for this justice is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And that is the kind of love that you are wanting. The good, the bad, and the ugly, and I'm still loved. I'm loved even when I want to hermit. I'm loved, when I'm not feeling my best. I'm loved when I'm weird and odd and not fitting in. Like, it's really symbolic to use these cards and the films behind them, because and there's this Beetlejuice card is really singing out to me. Like, if you watch the film of the Beetlejuice, the couple that are actually in it, they're like living lifetimes. They're going into to be ghosts, to the different realm as being partners. It's like there's something about, like, wanting to meet someone who understands like, what's the word I'm trying to get? The only way that I can say it is like seeing past the veil, seeing past the illusions that you create. That's, like, seeing you deeply, like actually seeing you and going, right, I know that you are not in your fullest expression, and I can hold that. The good, the bad, the ugly. It's like when you're trying to get into illusions or trying to hide, or it's like you want someone that sees you and still holds that. Like, I'm really being drawn to, like, she's holding, can you see the little, I think it's a pomegranate. Yeah, because it will be, because it's the high priestess. She's holding that on her heart. That's what we're talking about. The fruit, the depths of your heart. Oh, this is juicy. Pomegranates are pretty juicy. State the obvious. And if this reading is resonating for you, please comment, like, share, all that kind of lovely stuff. It is massively helpful for me to grow the channel, and obviously it's a good energy exchange, because this body of work is completely free and something that I really enjoy doing, and I'm hoping that it's useful for you. Hold on, I'm getting a call coming through. There's a call coming through. Hold on, let me just... Hello?
my name's Ashley. I'm calling from Advantis. I'm calling on behalf of HM Revenue and Customs. I'm looking to speak to Miss Gaines if possible.
It's not a good time. I'll have to call you back.
Yeah.
Right. There you go. Everything that happens in the reading. There's a call coming through. Have you got to make a call? Have you got to make a call? Have you got to make a call? I'm asking you that. I'm asking you again. Is there someone that you need to call? There you go. There's the call. Communication. 8 of Wands. And I love this card so much. I absolutely love this card because before, when I was saying about the anger, the destruction, it was a javelin before. Yeah. Now it's a paper plane. It's a completely different way that you need to be communicating. A completely different way. 10 of Wands, 7 of Swords. Okay, so this is basically saying no more burdens. No more burdens. This is closing a cycle again. So you've got the World in the reverse. This is saying moving forward by putting down this burden of all these expectations, all these opinions. It's like there's something along the lines of, it doesn't matter who you are or what you have. Like, look at the ants carrying, and you've got the original 10 of Wands here. Like, he's carrying his harvest and the ants are carrying their harvest. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from or anything like that. It's like, you can do this. You can get it over the finish line. That's what I'm hearing. You can do this. You absolutely can do this. And this 7 of Swords in the reverse is basically saying, like, you can't make these false promises to yourself. Can you see him putting his hand onto the Bible and swearing and then keeping his fingers crossed? No more of that. You can't keep making promises to yourself and then not keeping them. And this is all about being you. Not creating illusions, not pushing things away when you actually really want them, not hiding how you feel. 2 of Wands. Oh, wow. Okay. Is it door number 1 or is it door number 2? Game show. This is all about choices. This is all about illuminating the choices that you have. And showing that you, I love these fucking cards. Thank you, God. Mwah. Honestly, I feel like writing to this artist and telling him how freaking amazing they are. This guy does not know anything about tarot. And he's making the most amazing tarot cards. Like, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. Like, it's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. That is also something that you need to take in. Yeah. This card is showing, like, you've got this is God, your game show host, right? And they're basically saying, right, I've given you 2 options. You can either act this way or you can act this way. You can either go into this life or this life. And because of the ideas about love, you keep walking through the same door over and over and over again. I need to act like this. I need to do this. I need to say this. And it's like, it's being illuminated to you with all these lights. Sorry, the YouTube is back to front and it's so throws me a loop. Another thing, this Inception throws you through a loop. There you go. But it's being illuminated. All these lights and you being on the stage is basically saying, like, you're in charge. You get to decide. It's not all this other stuff in your head. about how you should move forward. And it's not about the people screaming behind you. It's not about them. At the end of the day, you're the one standing in front of these doors and you get to choose. Yeah. Honestly, I can't tell you how much my throat is hurting right now. Like, realistically, you don't know what is behind either door. So but that is the thing, right? You don't know what is in front of you. If you keep choosing a door, oh my God. If you keep choosing a door from a programmed thought, you will absolutely get the same answer. Oh my God. You will absolutely keep getting the same thing. Oh my God. You will absolutely keep getting the same answer. You have to choose differently so that you can change or get to the unknown. Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to say that this was a love reading, but I feel like it could absolutely be a love reading for yourself. We've got a Tower again. Whoa. Tower in the upright. That is your overarching energy of this reading is the Tower. Big change. And you get that big change from your truth. So the Ace of Swords is literally from clarity, from your truth, from your authenticity. That is how you create this Tower. That is how you change this idea from your mind, from your clarity, from what is true for you and not from anybody else. Because the Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse. It can't, like, your guides are trying their best to show you which color to land on, right? They're all there, but you're not listening. You're not listening. You're not pushing you're not pushing the cogs of fate around on somebody else's idea, on somebody else's opinions. So this really big energy here, I don't think I've stressed that enough. Really big energy. There's so many Arcana cards here. Speaking your truth. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That is where we're at. The Fool. Oh my God. In reverse. So where do I want to put that? I want to put it over here. You have been. I feel like this type of reading, I feel like I need to stress this. I feel like this reading is something that you already know. Like, I'm very sure of that. I feel like if this is for the right person, this is already in your mind. Like, you know all this very well. This isn't new information. This is literally like, this doesn't feel like a telling off. It doesn't feel like, it's just going to feel like a validation of something that you already know that needs to happen. Like this phone call, this speaking out, this it's you're already in this. I don't feel like this is a coming up Ace of Pentacles. This is this missed opportunity. This is this missed opportunity that I was bringing up right at the start of the reading. This is what it's all about. You feel in your mind that you have missed out on, it could be life, it could be a partner, it could be a certain, whatever this idea in your mind has to do with, this thing that has been buried into your mind from somebody's opinion or some, like, I'm hearing for someone, you're too old, you're too this, you're, you know, you're a certain type of person, whatever it is. It's like this missed opportunity is the thing that is stopping you from speaking out, is it's like controlling the way that you go about your life. Like, I can't be the, you know, like certain job or something because I'm too old to learn how to do it, or I can't be with the love of my life because I'm now too old, or I'm too this, or I'm this. And your actions are sort of, I can't think of the word, like splurging out from that missed opportunity, the Hangman. So moving forward, you have to release. Can you see how much this is weighing down? You have to release yourself from this burden. It's like you're literally seeing things upside down. When things are... I'm hearing for someone, when things are heating up, as in like getting good, you freeze on them. Like, Eight of Cups. There you go. Big leap, diving off into a sea of God knows what. There is literally nothing there. The big wideness. This is jumping off into a whole new realm. Not in the matrix that everyone has created. I always say the Eight of Cups is like leaving a party, right? You know those parties that you used to go to? Well, I don't know if you, but I used to go to a lot of parties. And I used to get absolutely trashed, right? And then all of a sudden I would be like, I need to go. I'm done. My energy has left the building, or something would happen, some drama would start, and I'd be like, oh my fucking God, I'm going home. And I would try and call a cab, or, you know, like try and get out of the situation. And I would always end up sitting on the step outside of the party, wanting to leave and waiting, right? And this guy has put the party scene in, which I absolutely fucking adore. It's like he's read my mind. And you're not waiting. You're just going to fucking walk home. Like, you're not, this new part of your season, your life, is not waiting for the taxi to turn up. You are just like, I'm fucking gone, people. I'm not in this. It looks great. I mean, have a good time, but I'm not interested in that shit no more. Like, I'm gone. That is such a huge card for you. This is the wind changing, right? Literally. I'm going to put that slap bang in the middle of the reading. That is the difference. You're not waiting for the fucking cab. You're not waiting for someone to give you permission. You're not fucking waiting for someone to give you the green light. Like, I feel for someone strongly that there's a phone call that you need to make to either tell someone how you feel about something or something like that, or ask for a job or ask for an opportunity or whatever it is. It'll be different for every single one of you. But speaking your truth in this message, in this phone call, whatever it is making this leap. Like, I know I have to do it. I'm just going to fucking do it. And then the whole world will change from that. But this is not about, I'm getting strongly, this is not about waiting for permission. This is not about waiting for the right opportunity. The seriousness of the energy that just came through me for that card is, I've just got to fucking leap. I've just got to do it. I do hope this is resonating so far. Sometimes we have to go backwards to go forwards with readings. But I feel like for the solstice energy, that's almost like what's kind of had to happen, like a bit of a boomerang energy. So a lot of people don't speak about how time works in the solstice. And I feel personally that what happens is that you can actually control time. That's my belief. You don't have to take this on board. But for me, time slows down before it speeds up, because it's almost like you're giving yourself an opportunity to be pulled back like a bow and arrow so that you can be fired forward. And I always feel like there's certain things that happen over a solstice where you get to go, right, I did that, and then this happened, right, now I need to change that, and it gives you an opportunity to go, right, I'm going to move some things around, and then we're off. And then, and then we go forward. Ooh. Oh God, honestly, my throat is burning. Resonating. Oh, wow. Good. I'm glad. I'm really glad. This reading has been sitting on me for a couple of days. Right, I'm going to do those again because that wasn't... Okay, so we've got the Magician flying out, sort of like in the reverse, more in the reverse than it was in the upright. So the Magician is all about creating your own reality. And with this flying off into the reverse, this is something that really needs work on. So in the upright, you've got the Magician walking on the moon, one day. Some in the past, obviously, people thought that was like pretty ludicrous, but apparently they're doing it. Whatever your thoughts are on that. But the bit that I'm interested in is this white ball underneath the cup. Yeah. So this is keeping your eye on the prize. So how you create, how you manifest is keeping your eye on the prize. Like if you want that certain job, every thought, every action, everything that you do has to lead to that. That's how you create with purpose. That's how you manifest. Every time somebody talks about, like a certain job, you're like, well, I'm going to be that. And you have no doubt in your mind, I am going to do that. I am going to do that. And then everything you choose is that thing. Yeah. But this is in the reverse. So maybe there might be, I sort of do this sometimes, maybe one day I could do it. It's basically saying that this is an idea that needs to absolutely fucking leave your reality. It's like all or nothing. I'm going to leave that sideways down there. Like you can't, they're showing me the game show again. You can't move forward in life if you can't half go through a door. You have to like fully choose it. Yeah. You can't, today I will sort of be that kind of person that sort of does that. You know, it's like, no, full steam ahead. You want to be in like a, you know, wonderful, loving relationship. You've got to be a person that is wonderful and loving, so that you can bring that into your relationship, bring that into your reality. Or even if you're in a relationship, you need to bring that into your relationship. That makes sense, what I was saying. You know, if you want great friends, be the great friend. If you want to, it's a role that you're playing. It's characters. That's why I love the movie cards, because they're characters. All they're doing is playing at life. 9 of Wands. Okay, so you've been through some shit. You have been through some shit. You've been to war. You've been dragged through the hedge backwards. I feel like there's an essence of you actually building a fort around yourself, though, because of this feeling of not wanting to be hurt again. But the thing is, if you keep choosing the hurt, then you will get more of the hurt. Like this is, they keep bringing me back to the door. Like, if you keep picking people, places and things that are not aligned with who you are as an individual and what you want in your life, you will keep getting the same situation. You will keep getting the hurt. But if you choose better, then you will get better. And I feel for someone, the boundaries around yourself is going back to this defensive energy, this missed opportunity. Ace of Cups, here we go, riding a new wave. I'm just hearing from this is like, you have to let things flow. You have to start the conversation. You have to change the energy so that it can move. Like, there has to be, and the Ace of Cups is all about emotions. It's almost like you need to start talking so that you cry or something. Like, you need to start talking to a friend so that you can move this. 5 of Wands. And I feel, look at this. Right in the middle of all this crap that's going on. This is what I was talking about. All these different opinions, all the things that are going on for everybody else, right? You're not interested in that. And if you put yourself where you want to be, you will also meet someone who is in the same energy as you. That's how energy works. That's why it's so important to keep choosing you, keep choosing your truth, keep choosing the things that you want, because the person is already there, aligned, waiting for you to turn up. I'm sure I said that at the top of the reading. But look at what's happening on the card. Everybody's going fucking nuts. They're fighting. You know, this is what love looks like to most people. Fucking arguing, ripping each other's fucking hair out. You know, you did this, fuck this, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, excuse my language. But like, most people don't understand what love looks like. They don't. And from your cards, I'm seeing that you have seen something like really unromantic and really like not good, right? And you believe in something different. And there's other people that believe in something different. Look, they're all in this little box. There's not as many of them, but they are there. And it's like, you need to... I'm fucking here. That's what I'm hearing. Like, I'm here. Like, I'm doing it. I'm, like, speak out to people. I am this kind of person. This is how I act. This is what I like in my life. This is how I want to live my life. This is, and then another person goes, oh, cool. I've been looking for someone just like you. Like, society has us thinking that all our weirdness and our authenticity is like not acceptable, but really it's society that's not acceptable. You know, like most people think that EastEnders and the relationships on EastEnders are how we should love and how we should be. It's just entertainment. It's just drama. So true. Yeah, it is so true. And it's in us. It's you know, if we're watching the TV, if we're watching our parents, if we're watching the relationships around us, and we're like, I don't think love should be like that. You know, like that fills me with dread. You know, like if you're seeing relationships around you and you're like, oh dear God, I do not want that kind of relationship. Like that will scare you from having deeper bonds with people. But it's like, if you're not that kind of person, and you can you know, you want a deeper bond with people and you want to laugh, play, sing, you know, and have a good time, then you will transmit that into the reality and that's what you will receive. But you have to actually communicate that. I really hope that this is touching down. Okay, 5 of Cups. Okay, so there's something in regards to not being sure how to create this. So we're going to go into that just to finish off the reading, because I've got 2 cards that are telling me that you're unsure about how to create this. So what I'm going to do is, where do I want to go? I'm just going to get a quick message from ancestors, because it could be something from your lineage that is causing an ish. Ancestors, please give us some information on 5. Thank you. Okay. Well, that was easy. Skill. So you know in your mind, in your thoughts, the kind of love that you want. Right? You know it. You can feel it. But you haven't had practice on this before because you haven't had it in your realm. Okay? So you may have had relationships that were like sort of, kind of, maybe-ish. But because of your defensive energy and the walls that you put around yourself, you couldn't like fully immerse yourself. That's the word I'm getting, like fully immerse yourself in the relationship. And therefore it crumbled anyway, because you weren't in a position of knowing, of being able to handle all that kind of stuff, whatever that looks like for you. You haven't learned how to love in the way that you know love exists. So this wasn't practiced in your family unit. And that's probably for most of us. And I feel like like speaking into affection and speaking about feelings and speaking they're saying something like, in my family, there wasn't a lot of affection. Like I never saw my mum and dad cuddling or kissing or anything like that. Like never. It was never saw it, right? But I am such an affectionate person. Like I live and breathe off affection, cuddles, kisses, all that kind of stuff. Like for me, that's my lifeblood, such a love language, touching, feeling, and all of my friends get loads of it all the time. And I feel like in this skill that you didn't have, it was in regards to words of affirmation, speaking into your feelings, all that kind of stuff. Very strongly feel that has been like Can you hear that strain? Like, it's a skill. You know, when you're with the right person, this will come so easy. And we've got the not knowing. So you've got two cards that are the same thing. And this is all in your confidence. So your confidence to speak what's on your heart, this is a skill that you will learn. I also want to go back to the relationship that is the good, the bad, the ugly. The right person will understand this about you. The right person will accept you with this learning, and you will learn together. That's the whole point, is that you build a bond, you build a relationship, you build authenticity and truth and clarity with communicating yourself. Like, you literally just say, I'm finding this really, really hard to articulate myself. Like, being honest about the thing that you're struggling with gives the other person so much more clarity as to, like, why are you not saying anything to me? Why are you not speaking? You know, like, what's happening? I can't read your mind. You don't necessarily have to say exactly what's on your mind. You can just go down the realms of, like, I am really struggling to articulate myself. Like, it's not that I don't care. It's that it just doesn't come out. Like, and can we find other ways? Like, love languages live in so many different places, and it's different for every single person. Like, communicating love doesn't necessarily have to come from your words. Okay, so friendship. So this is also for you a big thing. Like, for you, the friendship, the you know, like, you want a best friend. A best friend. That's what I'm hearing. And you didn't have this. You didn't have this when you were growing up. It's not something that you had. They're saying that's the thing that needs to be let go. You're holding on to your past, and there's gifts coming in. That's your ancestors saying that. There's something about alchemizing your childhood and your past. Like, it led you to something really amazing. And the more that you can find that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's some alchemy that needs to happen, because this is all in your solar plexus. This is all in your, it's like creating something nutritious and sustainable from your childhood. Like, finally understanding that what you were taught and the ideas that you were downloaded aren't the way that you want to live your life. And you learn a lot in your life from those mistakes, the reasons why things didn't work out. And I feel like if you sat down with a pen and paper and actually put notes and put descriptions and tried to sort of like weave the patterns through your different relationships, you'll see exactly why they didn't work out. Like, there was parts missing from these relationships that you want in your forever happy ever after kind of thing. Like, you can see how the different relationships were part of this old Inception, part of old ideas. And they didn't, maybe the people that you were with in the past, you know, didn't understand who you were, because you were, you know, putting on illusions, and you weren't the most authentic person that you are now. There's a lot of stuff that's happened to you as an individual that is now in a place that can be accepted as you, in the fullness of you, in your weirdness, and, you know, in the good, the bad, the ugly. And even when you want to retreat and you're scared and you're worried, like that, this individual will be like, that's okay, you know, like we'll just work through it together. This is a team effort. I'm hearing very much that this is like you guys against the world. This is, and you're going to attract other people from this partnership, from this. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. This could literally just be a friendship. It could be a business partner. Like whatever it is, it's like, and you know, it could be a community of people, like whatever it is. But the idea is that you are communicating who you are and really stepping through doors, you know, like every time that you're you know, every time you're faced with this thing, should I or shouldn't I? It's like, yes, fucking just do it. Just fucking speak. Just say something. You know, you've got that phone in your hand. Should I do it or shouldn't I do it? It's like, just make the fucking call. Just get on the phone. Just, you know, like, even if it's a course that you need to sign up for, or an event, or whatever it is, or even if you need to tell someone no, like whatever it is, whatever's on your heart, it's like, say, because you're going to create a completely different reality from choosing your truth, because your truth in your heart will then be able to come into your reality. I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to leave it there because we've gone over an hour. I didn't really want to do an hour, but we've done over an hour. Thank you for being here with me, if you are still here. It's these cards, honestly. These cards are epic. I could do a whole reading probably just on a couple of cards. They're so good. Okay, so we've got the moon. Take note of intuitive messages. What did I say about the journal? There you go. Of course. And then we've got the fire guardian, ignite your passions. There you go. Double message. Follow what lights you up. I do hope that helps. If you would like to purchase an Oracle deck, the AEIOU Oracle, you can do so from the description box. I'm also open to take personal readings if that feels aligned with you as well. And all the details are in the description box again. And until next time, I'm going to say thank you so much for being here with me. And I do hope that this has been useful to you. I have really enjoyed it. I've not enjoyed the pain in my throat, but I'm hoping that that will release for you and you'll be able to speak your truth and send paper planes instead of javelins. Thank you so much. And if you haven't done already, please like, subscribe. It does massively help the channel. I obviously I have the intention that I would like to grow my work, and this is a free offering, so it's always good to do an energy exchange, and it massively helps me to read. Zoe, hi gal. And if you are returning, then hello. But yeah, the if you subscribe, obviously it does tell you when there's new readings in and all that kind of jazz, because I do read intuitively. I don't read like regularly. It's more intermittent. So yeah, if you subscribe, then you'll know when I've read. Thank you very much for being here, and I shall see you really soon. Thank you. Take care.